Welcome to Let's Review with Mike, the interview. I have the pleasure of interviewing one of Chasing Reality LA stars, Mr. D. Hawkins. Welcome, Mr. D. Hawkins. How are you?
You know what? I am blessed to be in the building. You know, this wonderful building that you have paid for today because it is on point, okay? That part.
I mean, I knew the finest was coming, so I got to book the finest.
Well, you know what? I love a good production, so I'm all for it.
You sure you do?
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
So, we're just going to jump right in because we're not going to hold their time up. But I have like a bunch of questions we need to get to. And I think they're very good questions.
Okay.
Some you guys already may know, but some I don't know, and some you may not know. So, let's jump
get
right
into
in.
it.
And yes, I'm using my phone because, you know, I didn't write the questions on a piece of paper. Long day, whatever. So, where are you from?
I am originally from a small town called Tyler, Texas. That's East Texas. That's about an hour and a half outside of Dallas, Texas.
Oh, wow. So you moved from there to here, to LA?
Well, it's been a little bit of a ride. Went from Tyler, Texas. I lived in Dallas, Texas for about a decade. After Dallas, Texas, I lived in Atlanta for about a year. Stayed in Florida for a short period of time. Went back to Texas, you know, to take care of family, work that out, and now I reside in LA.
So which do you like best?
I definitely have to say LA. LA is the place of hopes, dreams, and everything that you can imagine. So I'm definitely in the right place.
And how long have you been here in California?
Let's see, I've actually been in California for about a year and 4 months at this point.
Oh, wow. So do you see yourself staying here, or are you going to transition somewhere else?
LA is definitely the place to be. You know, as of right now, you know, I reside in the beautiful city of Compton. See, the thing is, people think that Compton is ghetto, but
That's what
Compton
ran through my head.
is cute, Compton is quiet, and we have very nice neighborhoods out there. Oh,
So you're in this part, not that part.
I'm in the best part, because when you go downtown, honey, you see everything.
Well, right. I haven't been to Compton, so I don't know.
Well, hopefully you'll come out soon, you know, Weird DH. We'll get into that later.
All right, got to check out where. So, what made you want to move to LA? Was it business or personal reasons or family?
What actually brought me to LA initially was a family legal situation that took place. I actually didn't originally plan to move to LA. I actually came here and it was supposed to be temporary, but it looks like, you know, the big man upstairs, the highest they had other plans for me. And it actually just panned out perfectly.
Wow. So yeah, I'm new here too, so yeah. It's been great so far, but
We'll
see. We'll see. I'm trying to.
Ain't no trying. It's the difference in trying versus doing it. You're currently doing it. So
I just want to get to like a higher scale. Get my face out there more, get my name out there more.
it takes time.
It does, but I feel like time is not on my side.
Well, actually, it is because I'm here. I didn't decline.
And you were on time.
That part.
So I see you have. Is this designed by you from your line?
So yes,
Let's talk about it.
this is actually one of the designs for my upcoming line, Wear DH brand. This is my urban wear line. There will be a two-part, I guess you could say, layout of this brand here. It's going to be the urban wear line and then a unisex turtleneck line that'll feature unisex turtlenecks for men and women and also turtleneck dresses. But this is the first layout. It actually drops May 6th.
Yeah,
So
come on,
stay
May
tuned for
6th.
that.
I really like this one. Even though I don't smoke, I still support it just because of the creativity of it all. Like, it is amazing. And then I always wear stuff for like peace and love.
Of course.
Even though sometimes I don't always give it. But
And you know, honestly, it's LA. So at the end of the day, you know, I don't smoke, you know, that often, but every now and then I like to calm down and relax. So, you know what, why not rep it? You know, somebody's going to buy it, and I'm pretty sure it's one of these viewers. Okay?
And they will.
Ow.
When May 6th, right?
May 6th.
May 6th.
That's when it's going to drop. Stay tuned.
So does it drop May 6th or is it like a pre-order start May 6th?
So the website actually opens up on May 6th. The photo shoot is actually taking place tomorrow. If you're available, I'd love for you to drop by.
I am.
I have an awesome photographer by the name of T. Watson. T. Watson Photographer, T. Watson Multimedia on Instagram. You can find him. He will be heading that, so I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I know T. T's a great guy. A little emotional, but you gotta check him. Bring him.
But you know. But you know, in the end, it's all worth it.
Product be great.
That part.
Yeah. So, what artists inspired you, like designers or any kind of artist that inspired your line or your creativity?
You know, I am a huge fan of the Squared brand.
Mhm.
However, the design specifically by D. Hawkins, I will say this, you know, I grew up in, I won't say the ghetto, you know, but I grew up in the projects, you know, initially growing up, you know, so I'm used to, you know, seeing hood figures. And, you know, I was just fortunate enough to, you know, move out to the suburbs, you know, as I grew up and got a little bit older. And,
The money got higher.
you know, as I got, got a little older, you know, went to college, got that good old degree and everything, you know, the money, you know, started rolling in. But, you know, in the urban wear line, you will definitely, you know, my target audience is those that loved the t-shirts, the, you know, jeans, the sweatshirts and hoodies, things like that. But then the turtleneck line, the unisex turtleneck line will definitely engage better with my more bougie, dress up, let's go out and be posh crowd, so.
Which brings me to my next question. You have a bunch of looks on Chasing, which is every Thursday on YouTube, Chasing Reality, right?
Chasing
YouTube
Reality on
Yeah.
YouTube, Chasing LA, specifically the franchise.
So I've seen about, don't misquote me, like 3 different looks from you so far.
Okay. What do you
So
think?
I don't know, it's like 3 different people. I can't, you know, it's
And you
hard.
said
It's only the
that.
3rd episode.
So with that, honestly, D. Hawkins is a mix of so many different personalities encased in one vessel. However I feel when I wake up that day is whatever you're going to get that day. You know, it could be masculine as hell, 50 Cent tees one day. Another day you could get, you know, B. Scott. Another day you could literally get Usher. Whatever the case, you know, honestly, I dress how I feel. It took a long time to get to this point, but when you become comfortable in the skin you're in, you feel comfortable stepping out any way that you so choose. So.
Yes, I like it. I mean, you know, at first I was like, and then there was like a behind the scenes shoot I seen, I think it was on your page, and you had like long hair, so I'm like,
what is he really giving?
it's like just some way to the season and see.
So this is the point of it all. You know, in my green screens, you are going to see a plethora of different looks, a plethora of different personalities. The point of it all is, at the end of the day, people are going to want to know who D. Hawkins is, what D. Hawkins gives, and what he truly represents. That's a strategy. And stay tuned, because it's going to definitely take you on a ride.
Okay, so with these different looks, what do you classify as? Like, I'm strictly gay male, there's no they, them, him, I'm only one person with multiple personalities, but I still go by gay.
I got you.
So, what do you
So honestly, me, I am a man from head to toe. Now, what I choose to do behind closed doors in my own bedroom, my own boudoir, is my business. Now, some people may call me gay, some people may call me bisexual, some people may call me curious. At the end of the day, decide what you want, but I am me, and I am D. Hawkins. That's all you need to know.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. So how do you feel about that? Like, now it's so many letters, and it's just like,
LGBTQIA.
yeah.
CMT, X, LMYP.
And then they want to be accepted for who they are, but do they fully accept others for who they are? It's like it's kind of hard to explain, but it's just a mess. Like, I just don't understand.
You know, honestly, on the show, Chasing LA specifically, you know, there is a lot of controversy around, I guess you could say, classifications and, you know, sexuality and things like that. I mean, at the end of the day, we are who we are, whether you were born man, woman, goat, you know, chicken, bird,
Uniform.
whatever the case. Be who you want to be. You can cluck, you can talk, you can bark, you can bake. Whatever the case, just be you, be your authentic self, and people will love you for just being real and genuine.
And also, if you want respect, you got to give it back too. You can't say,
I
"Oh, I want
said
to be called this," but then you are demeaning me and calling me names. It's like, how does that work?
Baby.
It's just,
Now, Miss Alicia and I, you know, had a little bit of an issue with that, you know, on Chasing LA, you know, we can get into more detail on that, but, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like the golden rule is, in order to be respected, you have to give respect. And if you want to be looked at as a specific type of being or personality, baby, you better give me that, otherwise, I have nothing for you.
well, I'll keep watching this season and see how everything
Oh,
unfolds.
yes.
So, being on Chasing, your first time walking onto set, were you nervous at all? Walking into a bunch of some new faces, some old faces?
Now, I will say that, you know, I had a slight bit of anxiety, but I felt pretty confident. You know, I knew that I am a specific individual and I was going to give a different, you know, perspective, illusion, and personality that other people wouldn't be bringing to the table. So I felt pretty confident. But of course, you know, when you step in front of the camera and you know that it's rolling, there is always that inner voice in the back of your head like, stand up straight, get it together, look at the camera, don't look too far into the camera, look correct, straighten your back, you know, so there's always that stuff. But then after a while, you just say, you know what, the hell with it, I'm gonna step in front of this bitch and I'm going to get my life, okay?
So I'm gonna jump back in, Jason, in an episode that I think just aired this past week. It was about you talking about your father. And I related to that so much because I always tell people I met my father when I was 12. I remember him coming over, picking me up, taking me to get shoes, dropping me off, and I've never seen him again. And I didn't reconnect with him until October of last year, actually. From Ancestry DNA, I got in contact with a cousin on his side, and she connected us, and that was like 20-something years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I'm 37 now.
Really?
So I didn't reconnect.
37?
Yeah.
But you look young.
I mean, hey.
Come on with it.
That's some good genes from that daddy I just
Let me
met.
find out, where you from?
DC.
Come on, DC better have the good genes.
DC. But yeah, so I reconnected with him, and you know, it's been cool. Like I didn't have any feelings, any emotions. Like when I talked to him for the first time, it was just like talking to a regular family member. Like I didn't care to ask the questions why and where you been, because he was 25 when him and my mom, they both the same age, so they were 25 when they had me. So I didn't care. Like I think because I had my stepfather in my life, to where we always had a good life. Like we struggled, but we didn't really. I didn't really long for my father. So it was like I didn't have any grudges against him. And then I found out I had another sister on his side. I'm still the oldest of everyone. Of course, I'm 37. So, but yeah. So how was it for you? Like reconnected with him? How did that happen?
Well, quite honestly, if I think back to that time frame, that day specifically, I remember my mom telling me, hey, you know, your dad, you know, called me, you know, he wants to hang out, you know, we want you to hang out with him today, you know, and his current girlfriend, and, you know, her son, I believe is, you know, yeah, and her son. And, you know, it wasn't actually too far from where I lived. I remember being there about a good 45 minutes, and the son was literally like getting on my nerves, and I was just like, you know, I cannot relate to this setup. I'm ready to go, and I just remember literally, I realized that I was only about 2 miles from the house. And we were outside playing, and like, it was like, I was told that I was going to hang out with my dad, and then I literally just got pent off on hanging out with his girlfriend's son.
Oh wow.
And I was just not for that. You know,
Right.
For one, I was not really an outside type of kid, and I was not about to dribble a basketball because that just was not my thing. And as we were outside dribbling that basketball, I sat there in that chair for about 12 minutes, and I said to myself, you know what? Why am I here? I told him, I said, you know what, hey, you know what, my mom's friend lives around the corner. I'm going to go use the restroom really quick. That was a lie. I headed back to the house.
Oh wow.
And I didn't see my dad again for about another 3 years. Now, the kicker is, we stayed in a very small town. And I would see my dad, you know, pass him on the road every now and again. Like I said, you know, I was 16 at that time. You know, I just got my first car about a year prior to that. I would pass my dad on the street. You know, people would always ask me, oh, I saw your dad the other day. You know, when's the last time you talked to him? I don't know. You know, but it wasn't the best experience. It wasn't until I would say I was about 29 years old that my dad became very present in my life. The last thing that I do remember, which was about a year and 4 months ago, right before moving to LA, is I had a brake let out. And my dad assisted me with changing that brake light, and that's the most time that I've spent with him in my entire life.
And he was actually fixing your car, and not spending quality time.
Pretty much. Now that, you know, I took it as quality time because, you know, that's the only time that I was able to get through that process. I was appreciative of that, but I just realized, you know, my best bet is to just be thankful that, you know, he gave me good looks and at least a decent name to hold on to.
Are you a junior?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
But I'll be honest, like, even though we reconnected, I'll be honest, I'm gonna be honest. I have not spoken to him since December.
And what is that?
I don't know, I'm just not the types who get attached. And I've been so used to not having him around to where like, I talk to my sister, his daughter, every day, but I don't talk to him. And we'll ask him, you talk to Mr. Mixon, you talk to Mr. Mixon, but I haven't.
And so are there just 2 of you with your dad?
From him, yeah.
Really? So there's about 8, possibly 9 of us on my dad's side. So there's a plethora. You know, I've been talking to my younger brother, LD, here recently, and I actually just found out that, you know, I have a brother that's 12 years old, you know, in the same exact city that I grew up in. And, you know, it's quite sad, you know, of hearing about this brother because apparently, you know, he is, you know, troubled in the sense of, you know, I guess, not having the best guidance.
Right.
And something happened to the extent of his mom and his other sibling were in a hotel and he killed his sibling. And now he's like in, what do you call it, juvenile detention or something to that extent. And it's just like, wow, I've never even heard of this sibling. But to hear about this sibling and to hear this news, it's sad because it makes me think to myself, you know, if I had a connection with that sibling, you know, years ago, could I have helped in guiding them, you know, but at the end of the day, it's just things happen for a reason.
Yeah, so I may reach out. I mean, I haven't had the urge, and I'm just being honest, like, I may reach out. I know life is short, I get it, trust me, but no, I just don't get attached. Like,
if you don't feel the need, don't force it, but understand that we only get one undeniable set of parents, and all we can do is all we can do.
so let's bring it back.
Bring it back, you know,
it's a little bit much.
you know, really emotional, like, you know.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So in the next 5 years, I see myself definitely being a mogul. You know, from everything from TV film production, you know, to having a very established, you know, clothing line, you know, interior design. Literally, I see myself being a household name. People are beginning to know who D. Hawkins is, what he represents, and eventually D. Hawkins is going to take this world by storm. You know, one of my biggest inspirations is Tyler Perry. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, I would never come for Tyler Perry, but I definitely plan on utilizing his inspiration and hopefully following his footsteps.
Yeah, I agree. Tyler Perry is amazing. Like, people give him so much slack, but he still turns in. So
That one.
whatever. In 5 years, where do I see myself? I want to be married. Shit, I'm gonna be married within the next 2 years. I'm getting old. Okay.
You don't look at
Catch these eggs while they're still here.
okay, come on, baby.
I don't want to be rich. Comes with a lot of responsibility, but I want to be to the point where I don't have to worry about bills or being comfortable. Yeah, wealthy. I mean, I'm almost there. I'm 1,000 there.
You better.
What else? I want to have more books out. I have 3. I want to have at least.
Really? You better be published.
I sure am. 3 times over.
Yes, I mean, I'm sure you sold copies unlike Miss Quant, I mean, with her 14, 15, 16 copies. Anyway.
But yeah, I want to sell more books, do more books, do more shows, hopefully be on a nationwide TV show. I don't know why my need for reality TV has been so heavy for the past 10 years, but it has. I don't know why, but the opportunity will come along soon.
Get on out there.
But yeah, so we're gonna wrap up because we've been talking and talking and talking. I know you have to go, you're a busy man.
Well, you know what, I have genuinely enjoyed this. You know, I enjoy meeting with other, of course, Black creatives, you know, especially, you know, within the community, to see people doing great things and making things happen. It really, you know, shines a light on the potential that we have, things that we are capable of doing if we actually put our minds to it.
And then we have to support each other. Like all of us are trying to get there, but we have to support each other. That's why when I meet people, I don't mind, like, come along, you can do this, you can do that, or how much do you charge? Like, I never pay less than what I feel they're worth. Even if they're like, oh, no, just give me this. No, how much do you want? Because it's like, this is your job and I believe in you. So that's why I try to stick with like Black gay creatives, because I know the struggle. So I'd rather work with them and pay them more so than getting, sorry, but the white man who just shooting you with no passion and no creative direction for you.
You know, typically they have to hire us for the direction aspect.
Yeah, so that's, I'm about giving back. Child, she keep looking at her clock like she got somewhere to go.
Are you speaking of this photographer of yours, or the videographer that you fired? Well, we won't speak on that, but all that to say, I appreciate you for having me
Yes,
on
for
the
sure.
show today.
Thank you.
It is definitely an honor. The fact that you saw enough within me and that I seem to inspire you enough to bring me onto your
Yes,
platform,
for sure.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I actually, am looking forward to seeing us work together. In the
I'm
near
here for
future.
it. I'm here for it. We have to. Like I said, we have to stick together. We have to. But
We shall, we will.
I'm gonna hold you up to that though. Y'all heard of us. Y'all heard of us.
Very, very soon, you will see this face on the D. Hawkins Way show coming your way here in the next few months. Stay tuned on the details. Wear DH Clothing Line. Find it on Instagram. The website is dropping on May 6th here of 2021. And my very first single, Between Me and You, will be hitting all platforms, streaming platforms, very, very soon. So, all that to say, thank you.
One thing before we go.
What's that?
Where can they find it? You said Instagram, but where can they find it? Where's the
You
Instagram?
can find me on Instagram at the D Hawkins Way. That's THE D Hawkins Way. You can find me on Facebook at D.Hawkins, and you can also find me on TikTok. I just got into it, but at the D Hawkins Way. So YouTube, the D Hawkins Way. Stay tuned.
And chasing every Thursday.
Chasing LA every Thursday, 5 p.m. That is California time.
Yeah.
That is
8 o'clock.
7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I believe
Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So all that to say, there's a lot going on, and I am totally here for it. Thank this man. He is awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Kudos to you.
So we are out. We will see you guys next time on the next review of Mike the Interview. Peace out.